Look at that, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, I'm Chef Nico, and this is Brisket, bitch.
On today's episode of Little Nicky's Barbecue from Trim to Cook, we bring you the brisket. First things first, let's take care of that heel fat. Personally, I always like to leave a little bit on because it protects the meat, and then I'll go and I'll cut the rest of that fat and silver skin for maximum smoke penetration. Now for the mohawk. Line your blade up with the brisket flat, and on an angle, go and cut that whole thing off, coming down and rounding off at the tip, making it nice and aerodynamic. I'm not going to cut all the fat from the decal. I'm actually going to use it for my advantage to shape the brisket so everything comes out nice and even. Now I'm going with the grain and cutting the fat down to about 1/8 of an inch so I can render out the fat as much as possible. I'm going around, cleaning off corners, cutting off any sharp edges, again, to make it as aerodynamic as possible. Now I just flipped it over and I'm going in with the kitchen shears, and the whole purpose of making it aerodynamic is so that the smoke completely comes around it, hitting every part of the brisket so you get a nice, even smoke. And that's what we're looking for. You remember how ugly that thing was in the beginning of the video? Now look at it. Nice, even, round, aerodynamic, and ready for the smoke. Let's get this thing seasoned up and throw her in the pit. As a binder, I'm going to use a neutral oil for maximum flavor penetration. I just find that oil really brings the salt through the meat a lot better than mustard or anything else that people use. Just as long as it's wet, it's fine. And then I hit it with this activated charcoal seasoning, just pretty much for color for the bark. And then we're going to go in with good old salt and pepper. I do 2 parts 16 mesh butcher cracked pepper to 1 part diamond crystal salt. Let that sit in the seasoning for a little while until it starts getting wet and you start seeing the moisture come out of it. And instead of just throwing it on the pit, I like to make a caddy for it so that way it holds its shape really nice and we get some nice even slices. We're going to smoke this bad boy on my Old Country Barbecue Pits gravity-fed smoker using all post oak wood and Fogo charcoal. Get this thing heated up to about 275 and let it roll in the smoke for about 3 to 4 hours, and then we're going to transfer it into my Traeger so that way I could get some sleep. After we got some really nice smoke in this thing, I transferred it over to the Traeger so that way I could get some sleep. Woke up real early the next morning and it was time to wrap. This really was perfect timing. We're about 165 in the flat and about 170 in the point. So what we're going to do today is we're going to use the foil boat method. We're going to drop a little beef tallow in there, and then we are going to just wrap up the sides and cover the corners, exposing the top, so this way the top keeps getting that smoke for a nice crispy bark, and we can speed up the cooking process with the rest of it. Pour a little bit of the au jus in there that we made last night, which really isn't necessary, but I just wanted to try it this time to see what the results would be. This thing has plenty of juice on its own, so this is totally not necessary, but it came out perfect. Now I'm going to wrap up those sides nice and tight, covering all the corners to protect the bark that we worked so hard to get. And I don't want to spend the whole day cooking this thing, so we bumped up the temp to about 300 degrees. Hi. And this junior pitmaster is my youngest son, Nicky. We named our pop-up after him, Little Nicky's Barbecue, and he's been waiting all morning for brisket.
You like the brisket?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Real one.
Yeah.
Steak.
Yeah.
And here we are in the final stretch. We're temping about 198 in the flat and 205 in the point. So we pulled it out, gave it a 12-hour rest, and waited patiently to cut it open. All right, this brisket is done. We just pulled it from its rest. We've been resting it for about 12 hours at 155 degrees in my electric food warmer. And we smoked this thing for about 12 hours between 250, 275 degrees. And now it's time to cut it open. Let's get it. Nice and floppy, jiggly. That's what we're looking for. Look at that bark. Black diamonds everywhere. Oh man, that looks amazing. Let's get it. 2 words for you, baby. Black gold. Look at that smoke ring, nice and even. This thing was dripping. Every slice was dripping. Every slice was juicy. Every slice was even. Look at that jiggle, baby. See, it holds up perfect under its own weight. Look at that burn it. Look at that smoking that we got in there. Every slice was like that. Look at that clapping. Oh man, it was so good. The flavor on this thing was amazing. Look at that deck of cards. That's a full house, baby. Look at that.
Oh my gosh. You guys jealous?
You should be. Don't play with me. Look at that bark on there. See that? That beautiful smoke ring in there. I mean, this is what it's about. I absolutely love it. If you love barbecue and you want to learn how to do shit like this, hit that subscribe, follow button. Leave a comment. Share a video.
I like these.
You like those?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's sour.
It's sour?
Yeah, it is.
Like, follow, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
How's that, baby?
Dead.
It's good?
No.
You like it?
And no one.
Another one? You want another piece?
Yeah.
Okay.
Share, like, follow, and subscribe. Brisket, bitch! Thanks for watching. Like, follow, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.